with their 4-hole. LeComte standing in the box. And that one's going to be flied up. Caden Grimmett calls it. And that's going to be retire the side there. So Tyson gets out of the bind, helping himself out with a fantastic double play with the line drive up the middle to get the leadoff runner off second base, as anybody would be running on it. Doubles it up, had the error, puts a runner in second position on the pass ball. But with that being said, the Panthers retire. No runs, no hits, one error, one man left on base. And now the Panthers are going to come and try to tack on to the way they hit the ball in against the Swamp Owls. They had some hot bats. Going to try to build on that, as Vanderbilt Catholic is going to be starting the lefty. And that's going to be James Guidry on the hill for the Terriers. Guidry brings it about 81, 82. Left-hander. Throws about 3 or 4 different pitches. Really good control. It's going to be a serious matchup here between 4 and 5. And the Panthers are going to try to get out of here in 2. Up for the Panthers going to be the leadoff, number 33, the junior, Caden Grimmett. On deck behind him, number 2, Drew Tyson. In the big time will be batting the 3-hole, number 14, Adam Broadnax. So up for the Panthers will be Grimmett, Tyson, Broadnax. And if you cannot hear, let us know. Shoot somebody a message. They'll be quick to tell me. Like I said, I do not believe it's streaming on YouTube tonight. It's going to be strictly on Facebook. And Grimmett digs in. And that's going to be called strike 1 on Grimmett. That ball's going to be upstairs, even to count 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball's going to be inside. Looks like the link to YouTube is up and running now. I believe I got a notification. And that ball's going to be called a strike, even to count up 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're doing the 1 fixed camera tonight behind home plate in case the rain comes. And Grimmett going to be out in front of that one, chops it into the first base dugout to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As you can tell, Guidry has a fantastic curveball. The old 12-6 curve, you don't see it much. And that one's going to be downstairs, even to count up 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Grimmett lines one to third base. Third baseman right there barrels it up well, and the third baseman stabs it to get the out. And Grimmett will go down retired with a loud out. And that'll bring the senior, number 2, Drew Tyson, in the box for the Panthers. And Drew Tyson's going to hit the ball. I don't think he's going to get him. He's going to be close, and he got him. Oh, he calls him safe. Calls him safe. Drew Tyson legs it out as the shortstop was deep in the hole. Didn't quite have the arm strength to get it there. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Tyson. Not a pinch runner, a courtesy runner for the pitcher on Drew Tyson. And in the run is going to be Brenton Fitzpatrick. And that brings the big time. Adam Broadnax in the box for the Panthers. And that ball's going to be inside. 1 ball, no strikes on deck. The freshman, number 7, Zach Craig, running DH tonight, batting in the 5-hole. And that's going to be back just in time. Fitzpatrick gets there. As the lefty has a good move to first base. And that's going to be a pass ball. It's going to be a wild pitch. And that'll be a runner in scoring position for the senior Adam Broadnax to get the first lead. Got a message confirming it is up and running on YouTube now if you need to see it. And another confirm, it is on YouTube now if you need to watch it. And we're going to have a ball on the field, wiffle ball from the major wiffle ball game from behind. As someone hit the wiffle ball onto the field. So to bring the count, 2 balls and a strike to Adam Broadnax. Brenton Fitzpatrick standing on second base, trying to put a run on the board for the Panthers. And there it is, hard hit. And that's going to be in the hole. That's going to be problems. Fitzpatrick's going to try to get there. And it is a good throw. And he's going to be out. What a slide by Fitzpatrick. What a cannon by the left fielder. And Stuart Morgan tried to get that first run across the board. Fitzpatrick made a fantastic job of making an attempt to get straight. Broadnax will go to second on the throw. And that'll bring the left hand hitting Zach Craig, the freshman, in the box for the Panthers. And already good baseball being shown on the field as 4 versus 5. Down to Craig. That's going to be downstairs. It'll be ball 1. And that ball's going to be upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to the freshman. Craig fouls it straight back into the fence. 2 balls and a strike. Standing on deck, looks like number 11, the sophomore Cameron Burns. And that ball's going to be upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Adam Broadnax standing on second base for the Panthers. Fitzpatrick threw out at the plate from a fantastic throw from the left fielder. And that's going to be ball 4. Craig will be aboard. So 2 on, runners on first and second here for the Panthers. Runners on first and second here for the Panthers. 2 outs with the sophomore Cameron Burns standing in the box. And that ball's going to be upstairs, ball 1. And that ball's going to go into center field on the pickoff attempt. Broadnax will stay on second base. Tell you what, the left fielder for the Terriers had a heads-up play as the ball went deflected off the shortstop's glove there. Fitzpatrick rounding third. He made just a good throw, and Fitzpatrick did a fantastic job of getting around it. I'm interested to go back and watch it to see if he got over the tag, because he literally left his feet and touched the plate with his opposite hand. And the peanut gallery is already starting to chant, "Let's go Buckeye." So it'll be 2 balls, no strikes. Here on the sophomore, Cameron Burns. And that's going to be ball 3 into the dirt. So 3 balls, no strikes on the sophomore, Cameron Burns. With Justin Hunt standing on the on-deck circle, and that'll be a strike at the knees. 3 balls and a strike on Burns. And Burns will foul that one straight back into the table. And that one hit the chair. So full count on the sophomore. And just like that, that ball's up the middle. And they'll get the out at first base. And that'll retire the side. So through 1. Going to be 1 hit, 2 stranded on the base path for the Panthers. No errors. 2 hits, no runs, no errors. 2 left on the base path for the Panthers. And you have to be excited if you are the Panthers. They got base runners. They put the ball in play. Caden Grimmett had a big time hit, just allowed out. Third baseman's not going to be there all the time. So an overall, not a bad showing for the Panthers bats offensively. And we'd like to thank our sponsors again. That's BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, the BK Trio of businesses. Anything you need with a logo on it, the BK Trio of businesses can do it. Trophies, plaques, awards, anything you need. And also remember, for the high demand of the sign printing, they are going to open a new location at the middle of the summer. Get with Scott there in Pineville. Going to open a new location, moving the Rustin Sign Company down here to Central Louisiana. Also like to thank Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Anything you need, boat-wise, outdoor-wise, see Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Also Tarver Companies. Like to thank Tarver Companies and his many companies. Anything you need, he's just a hop, skip, and jump away. That's Tarver and the Tarver Companies. Going to be a ball in there from Tyson. Going to be 2 balls, no strikes. To Borges. I believe this is Corey Borges in the box, and that's going to be 3 quick balls on Borges from Tyson. And that's going to be 4 straight balls, and he'll be the first Terrier aboard for the Panthers. And quickly going to try to play small ball to push the runner. And that's going to be a called strike on the attempted bunt. And this will be Leday in the box for the Terriers, I believe. And we're going to have a quick snap throw back to first. He's back in plenty of time. Borges on first base for the Terriers. Leday, a look at the ball. That'll even the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that ball's going to be barreled up. That's going to be in the gap. Ty Curtis is going to pick it up. And that'll be runners aboard, second and third. For the Terriers, no outs, second and third as Leday barrels one up. Gets it over the shortstop into the left center gap. And quickly, the Terriers are knocking on the door, are putting the first runs up on the board here in game one of the quarterfinals against the Buckeye Panthers, 4-5. And that ball's going to be in the dirt, blocked up by Armin. Keep it in front of him. That'll be 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, and Tyson asking for a different baseball. And quickly they'll square around the bunt, see who was going to charge. And the corners charge in. Even to count up 1 ball, 1 strike. And that ball's going to be downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. That one's going to be to Sanders. Sanders is on it. And Sanders makes a good play coming up to get the out for the Panthers. It was a Texas leaguer. He gets on the horse, gets the out, and keeps the runners at second and third on the good play by Mason Sanders there. So that'll be 1 down here. Tyson looking to pitch himself out of the inning with 2 Terriers aboard. And that ball's going to be straight up to the shortstop. Grimmett calling it. And that'll be 2 down. Tyson retires 2 in a row after giving up the double to Leday. So here you are, 2 outs. Runners on second, third for the Terriers. With the left hand hitting Bryce Thibodeau stepping in the box for the Terriers. 1 out here for the Panthers, and they can get out of the jam. And I look for the crowd to erupt if that's possible. And that's going to be a called strike. And there's 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Thibodeau. And that ball's going to be outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good pitch. Fantastic crowd here tonight in the quarterfinal show up 4-5. And just like that, Drew Tyson strikes him out, and that's going to end the side. Drew Tyson, I'm telling you, it's no one any grittier. Look, gives up the double. After giving up the base on balls, gets the double. Runners on second and third with no outs for the Terriers, and Tyson shuts them down in order behind them, 1, 2, and 3. And that's the way you stay in ball games. Later, as you get down into this Division II Select, you'll see it is good baseball being played. Already seen at least 2 top 10 web gems. 1 from the third baseman of the Terriers. 1 from the pitcher in Drew Tyson for the Panthers. And let's not forget about the cannon that the left fielder showed off for the Terriers. Do not have his name. Possibly Gilbo out there in left field. No, that's going to be, yeah, that is Gilbo in left field there. Showed off the arm strength, throwing Fitz back out at the plate to keep it all knotted up here in the second. So we'll be going to the bottom of the second. Still 0-0, and this is going to bring the sophomore left-handed first baseman Justin Hunt to the box for the Panthers. And that one's going to be fouled into the chain link. So Guidry works quickly to get ahead in the count. 1 strike, no balls. And just like that, Hunt behind on that one. And that's going to be quickly go down in the strike. 0-2 into the count. And that ball's going to be straight up, and it's going to be retired by the shortstop, Seth Hebert, for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. And Curtis is going to be behind on that one. Trying to get it up and going here on YouTube where I can make sure that it's still live feeding. It's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike on Curtis. And that's a swing and a miss. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes to the junior left fielder, Ty Curtis. And that ball's going to be upstairs, even to count 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be called strike 3 on the inside at the knees. And Curtis will be retired. And that'll be 2 outs here for the Panthers, with Mason Sanders, the left-handed senior right fielder, stepping into the box. And that's going to be a ball downstairs. And that'll be ball 2 upstairs on the all-speed pitch. And that one's going to fall into the gap. And Sanders is aboard for the Panthers with a 2-out single. And that'll bring the senior second baseman, number 9, Hayden Boone, in the box. Sanders not out to a big lead, but the left-hander throws over here to check him. Got a good little move, almost like a slide step move. And that one's going to be fouled out of play. Into the batting cage. So it'll bring no balls, 1 strike to the senior second baseman, Hayden Boone. And that one's going to be called at the knees for strike 2. And that one's going to be fouled off the wall of the first base dugout. And Cameron Burns out races Forrest Grimmett to get the foul ball. And he told him, you might as well tell me you're coming out here where I don't have to come out here. And that ball's going to be in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Boone. And that ball's upstairs, even to count up 2 balls, 2 strikes. This move by the pitcher is a tough one. And Boone works count to full with the loud out Caden Grimmett on deck for the Panthers. And that one's going to be fouled out of play. Got a shout out that YouTube is up and running and the sound is working. So that's always good. And that one's going to be flared foul right here in front of the booth. And Boone staying alive. Boone staying alive. About the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And make it 10. That was the 9th pitch. This will be number 10 as he fouls another one. Working into the pitch count of the Terriers here in Guidry. And that ball is going to be called for a 3rd strike. And just like that, we'll leave 1 aboard, 1 hit, no runs, no errors. 1 left aboard for the Panthers in the bottom half of the 2nd. Fine time to thank those sponsors: BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, BK Trio of Businesses. Opening a 2nd location for the sign needs here in Cenla. It's going to be during the summer in Pineville, Louisiana. Get with Scott. He'll let you know where the new location will be for the sign production. Also like to thank Holloway Outdoors and Marine. That's Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Anything you need outdoor or hunting-wise. Hunting-wise, fishing-wise, got the best boats in Cenla. Go see them, Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Also like to thank Tarver and the Tarver Companies, Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. He's always just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Anything you need, Robbie Tarver, for sure to find it in the many Tarver companies that he has. Being a Buckeye alumni, like to thank him for being a sponsor. So far we've seen a good defensive game from both teams. Been some fantastic plays with runners aboard to save runs from being put on the scoreboard. So up for the Terriers is going to be the leadoff, Ethan Robert, or Robert, as he was hit by the pitch in the 1st inning. That's going to be a ball downstairs. And Justin Hunt makes the play, the dive, the stab from the first baseman. And that'll retire Robert. So you got 1 out here for the Panthers in the top of the 3rd inning on 2 pitches. And that'll bring Guidry, the pitcher, up for the Terriers. And that's going to be a called strike. Guidry barreled one up in the first at bat, and that's going to be strike two. Tyson finding a little bit of that groove now, throwing a little with a little more velocity, settling in here in the top of the third. And that one's going to be down into the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guidry's the one that hit it back to Drew Tyson with authority. Tyson says, I'm going to catch it and double it up at second base. And that ball's going to be upstairs, even the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that ball's going to be upstairs, even the count up, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Quickly, Hunt coming over here. And Justin Hunt makes a fantastic play at first base again. And takes the out unassisted after he gets up off the ground and makes the out. What a play by the sophomore left-handed Justin Hunt. And that's why I tell you, baseball, you flush what happens in the first inning and make 2 fantastic plays like that, young man. That is what makes baseball players great. So 2 retired from the first baseman, Justin Hunt, here on 2 phenomenal plays. And that ball's going to be upstairs quickly. 2 balls, no strikes on Gilbo. And that's going to be 3-0. With the catcher, LeCoq, standing on deck. That'll be called for a strike. 3 balls and a strike to Gilbo. And that one's going to be hit to center field. Cameron Burns camped out under it, and that's going to retire the side. And just like that, with 2 golden glove moments from Justin Hunt at first base, the Terriers are going to go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the third. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. And that'll put us through 2.5 as we come into the bottom of the third inning for the Panthers. And leading off for the Panthers will be the leadoff, number 33, Caden Grimmett, followed by Drew Tyson, followed then by the big-time Adam Broadnax. Remember back in the first inning that Caden Grimmett had a loud out line drive down the line to the third baseman. Sticks his glove out, makes a fantastic play on it. After he was about a 7 pitch at bat there as the leadoff 8 pitch at bat. So he'll be due up first for the Panthers. As the coaches just gave the warning out, if the wiffle ball comes on the field again, the game is over. But it's about 25 of them back there. So here we are, bottom of the third, still 0-0. With Caden Grimmett stepping in the box for the Panthers. And we have a timeout on the field. Not exactly sure what's going on. have the wrong armband on. Which is odd to me. I didn't even know the pitcher could wear an armband. Nor did I know he could wear a sleeve. So waiting for the first pitch, underway here in the bottom of the third. Guidry gets the right armband on as we're calling pitches. And we have another timeout right here. And here we go. Home plate umpire says, hey, we're trying to beat the rain. Let's go. And Grimmett will dig back into the box here for the Panthers to lead off the bottom of the third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss from Grimmett. And that ball will be downstairs, even to count on 1 ball, 1 strike. And that ball's going to be downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And the curveball is going to find the outside part of the plate, even to count up 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Grimmett is going to be trouble. And he's going to beat it out. Caden Grimmett gets down the line. The chopper, that's going to go as an infield hit. First baseman had to come up and make the play. Guidry falling off opposite side of the mound. Couldn't quite get to where he needed to be. Second baseman was playing deep into the hole. So with that being said, there'll be 1 aboard. Caden Grimmett standing on first base with the senior Drew Tyson stepping into the box for the Panthers. And that ball's going to be downstairs. Swing and a miss, even it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's going to be fouled out of play. That's got a card. No. Hits the ground first. Just barely bounces up against the truck. Still waiting on the one that just centers a vehicle here. And it's still yet to happen all season long. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the senior Drew Tyson. And that's going to be pickoff attempt. Caden Grimmett going to get back without sliding. And that's going to be a swing and a miss on Drew Tyson. That'll be 1 out here. And that brings the big time, number 14, Adam Broadnax into the box. And that one's going to be fouled out of play. That one's going into the cars. And nothing. And that ball will be upstairs. And that ball's going to be on the ground. It's going to be chance for 2. And they get it. Turn the double play. Good play by the second baseman in the hole. Gets it. And the Terriers turn 2. And that'll be 3 down here in the bottom of the third as we go into the 4th inning Still knotted up 0-0. So here we go, into the top of the fourth here. Still 0-0 with the catcher. With the catcher, Travis LeCount, coming to the plate for the Vanderbilt Terriers here in the top of the fourth. Quickly, Drew Tyson ready to go to work. That one misses the strike zone, be 1 ball. And he comes back with a strike, even it up 1-1. And he's out in front of that one, chops it into the Terrier dugout. So quickly, Drew Tyson's ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and here he is going to work with the delivery. And he's going to get him on a swing and a miss, strikeout. Second strikeout tonight on the night for Drew Tyson. And that'll bring Corey Borges, the DH, into the box for the Vanderbilt Terriers. And that ball's going to be upstairs. And that ball's going to be barreled straight up. Mason Sanders calling it. And that'll be out number 2. So in the top of the fourth here, 2 outs for the Panthers as they retired 4 and 5. With Ledette in the box, and that's going to be a hit. It's going to be a single. Good piece of hitting there by Ledette. Barrels it up into the gap. Quickly cut off by Ty Curtis. Gets him in, holds him to the long single. And that'll bring, I believe, Lapierre into the box for the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. As Ledette is into a small lead here at first base, and he's gone. And that's going to be a foul ball. Had to hit and run on. And he'll back up 90 feet and do it again. So the Vanderbilt Catholic showing a little bit of a hit and run here with 2 outs. Trying to get something to happen as we're in the top of the fourth, still knotted up 0-0. And that one's going to be foul ball off of his foot. So quickly, 2 strikes on Lapierre here for the Terriers. with Lede standing at first base with 2 outs. Tyson's slowing it down a little bit. And it's going to be a check to, and he's back, plenty of time. Still leave the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And he's gone on the off-speed pitch. And he'll be standing aboard at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lapeer. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers are trying to knock on the door. And that ball's going to be upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, even it up. And Tyson going to get him on the curveball looking. And that's strikeout number 3 for Drew Tyson. And with Vanderbilt Catholic, with a runner in scoring position, Tyson sets them down. So it'll be 1 hit, no runs, no errors for the Terriers in the top half of the 4th inning. And that'll bring us into the bottom of the 4th, still 0-0. Due up for the Panthers is going to be Craig, Burns, Hunt. So Craig, Burns, and Hunt up due for the Panthers here in the bottom of the 4th. Try to get something going. And so far the rain is holding off. So that'll bring the freshman Zach Craig in the box, left-handed hitting DH for the Panthers. Try to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th. And the first one, he's going to be out in front of it. And just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out for the Panthers. And that'll bring the sophomore, Cameron Burns, into the box for the Panthers. And that'll be a ball in the dirt. Even the count up on the big swing there by Burns. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that'll be a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's going to be fouled into the catcher. And he's out in front of the breaking ball. And that'll be 2 retired here in the bottom of the 4th from Guidry. And that'll bring the left-handed sophomore Justin Hunt into the box. And he's out in front of that one. Not surprising what the pitcher for the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers are doing, as he's got every Panther aboard in the 4th out in front of the curveball. And there it is again, curveball, and we're out in front of it. No balls, 2 strikes. And I don't know a lot about baseball, don't claim to, but it's been several curveballs thrown here, and it's 0-2. I would look for the fastball. And there it is, upstairs, and he's going to retire to side. 1, 2, 3. So just like that, we're through 4, completely scoreless here at Panther Park, as the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers and the Buckeye Panthers are heading off here in this quarterfinal match. Vanderbilt Catholic coming in ranked number 5 in Division II Select. Buckeye Panthers ranked number 4 Division II Select. And so far, it's not been a run put on the board through 4 innings. Hey. Every one of them that in. All right, here we go, kicking off. Be the top of the 5th. Still scoreless here in this quarterfinal match. Into the box for the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. Showing bunt, and it's going to be called for a strike. It's going to be Hebert, Seth Hebert, up for the Terriers. Has the corners now playing in on the grass as the attempt to bunt from Hebert. And that ball's going to be upstairs, even to count up 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's going to be fouled out of play into the children. Nobody hit. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hebert. Yeah, and upstairs, even the count up 2-2. And that ball's going to be called high. Full count now to Hebert. And he barrels it up. It's going to fall, possibly. Cameron Burns with a spectacular play from deep in center field. Comes in, makes the dive. I'm telling you, there is a defensive ball game going on here at Panther Park tonight for both teams, as the Panthers show you why the sophomore speedy Cameron Burns is in center field. He was playing about 365. Comes up and makes the out there with a dive. And the best thing about having the fixed camera is you will be able to see that one at home because it's dead straight away center field. Into the box. Looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter. Crash Menard into the box. For the Catholic here, and that one come right through the box on the line drive. Just quite out of the reach, off to the front. I always told Darron I was not going to make an attempt to the ball going to the field because I will fall off. There's no rail. So we watched that one go by, but that was the closest we've been all year, Darron. And that's going to be 2 balls and a strike. Even the first base coach for the Terriers said you got to have that one. But it was just out of the reach. And that's going to be called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Justin Hunt shows his glove out again on the bad hop for the Panthers there. He scoops it up for out number 2 here in the top of the 5th. So I'm guessing that's going to bring the top of the lineup, Robert, up to the plate. And that ball's going to be outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And that ball may get out of here as that one's gone into the woods. And just like that, Ethan Robert puts one up for the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers as that ball gets out of here quick over the left field wall. And quickly, just like that, it's going to be 1-0 Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. And that'll bring Guidry into the box for the Terriers. And that ball's going to be downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. And the Terrier dugout is loud after the home run from Robert. And that's going to be quickly 1-1 strike downstairs. Even the count up to Guidry. And that ball's going to be in. That's going to be trouble. And that'll be a stand-up double by Guidry. So the Terriers showing a little bit of offense here in the top of the 5th inning. On 2 outs. And it'll be a pinch runner in for Guidry. Excuse me, it'll be a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Guidry, as he gets the double. So it'll be a runner in scoring position here. Jonas Bergeron going to be standing on second base for the Terriers with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th with a big home run there by Robert over the left field wall. As the Blackhawk flies around the field here at Panther Stadium, he's going to make another loop, getting the bird's eye view. That ball's going to be down in the dirt. Good block there by Armin to keep the runner at second base. So another big swing. Helps him out there a little bit. Gilbo trying to barrel that one up. All-speed pitch down in the dirt. Going to even the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyson trying to get out of the jam here in the top of the 5th after giving up the solo to Robert. And that's going to be out number 3, and he gets out of the jam, but not before the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers can put one up on the board with a solo home run by Robert or Robert, however you want to say it, depending where you're at in the state. So Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers leading 1-0 over the Buckeye Panthers. Here, going into the bottom of the 5th, 1-0. And it was a low pitch. He did a good job getting the barrel of the bat down there. And as low as it was quick to get out of the field, in through the trees, into what we call the slash by here in Buckeye, Louisiana. And the Blackhawks bat got a little lower roll, and here he comes right over the top. And there he goes. And he's going to get the bird's eye view, doing the night runs. And they call it out. That's going to be Ty. In for Ty Curtis there with the hover over the field as he goes off to the west, to the east. And I look for him to make one more trip by. Makes the long swooping roll there. As Ty Curtis is stepping into the box as the Blackhawk swung over the field. And if that don't give you chills, people, I don't know what will. As Curtis's daddy is a soldier. And that ball is going to be upstairs to Curtis. And he's going to foul that one out of play. Be even. 1 ball, 1 strike to Curtis. And the off-speed pitch is going to find the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Curtis. And that one's going to be fouled back. Curtis staying alive. And it was a foot race to the foul ball. Mason Sanders beats the Vanderbilt Catholic Terrier to the ball behind the plate. And Curtis gets enough of it to stay alive as he's going to flare that one just over the fence into foul territory down the first base line. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Out number 1 here for the Terriers. Curtis go down swinging. And that'll bring Mason Sanders into the box for the Panthers. Ball upstairs to Sanders. A little bit of activity in the bullpen for the Panthers. Caden Grimmett warming the arm up. And Sanders going to drive the ball up the middle. Good piece of hitting there by Mason Sanders on the all-speed pitch. Doing exactly what you're supposed to do, waiting on it and driving the ball back up the middle. So just like that, the Panthers are going to show a little bit of life here in the bottom of the 5th, 1 out, with Mason Sanders standing on first base. And we're going to call for the runner Coming in to run, going to be Matthew Webb. As Sanders got him a couple hits tonight. Been aboard both times. So that'll bring the senior Hayden Boone in the box for the Panthers. Gonna look at strike one. And Webb just back in the nick of time. Not sure how it's not a balk. It is a serious sidestep. Does a good job of keeping it straight. Don't ever turn it, curl it. And that's going to be 2 strikes on Hayden Boone. And he's staying alive. Going to foul it back to the net. And that one's going to be fouled as well. So 6th pitch of the at-bat. This will be number 7. 2 strikes and 4 foul balls. Webb inching off of first base. As they hold the runner here with 1 out, bottom of the 5th. And the Panthers are going to get a hit. That's going to fall. Yes, that falls, and that's going to be trouble. Webb's going to go to third. Good piece of base running by Matthew Webb as he got a Panther standing on third base now with the leadoff batter, number 33, Caden Grimmett, coming into the box. Very good piece of running there by Matthew Webb. Center fielder made a fantastic effort after the ball, just could not get to it. Dove, it went behind him. Webb went from third base, looking to make sure the ball was going to get down halfway in between, all the way to third from first. So you got runners on the corners here with the leadoff, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the Panthers are knocking on the door 90 foot away from tying this ball game up after the big time hit there from Robert in the top of the 5th. And that's going to be a ball upstairs to Caden Grimmett. And I don't understand how he calls him out, as the second baseman was behind the base and the umpire calls him out. I do not understand how he gets called out, but he does, and that's the ball. So on the opposite side of the bag, somehow still gets the call. So Boone not wanting to get off second base, as I don't blame him, because I don't believe there's any way that he was out, because it was 3 foot to the right of the bag. And he may have got the glove on him. You can go back and watch it if you're watching live. You will be able to reverse it. However, we do not, and they call him out. So Hayden Boone will be retired at second base on the delayed steal. And that'll be 2 balls, no strikes on Grimmett. That's what the scoreboard says. And that'll be 3. 3-0, Matthew Webb standing 90 feet away. And that'll be a called strike. 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff, Caden Grimmett. And that ball's down in the dirt, and that'll be a free base path. And here comes the senior, Drew Tyson. Help his calls out. And just like that, try to make a little bit of a committed error here for the Terriers. They do a good job of keeping the base runners at the corners. Caden Grimmett touched first base, never stopped. Trying to entice the throw. And Drew Tyson can't help himself out here to get the lead as there's a Panther standing 90 foot away. Ball out of the infield with 2 outs. Will probably get Caden Grimmett to third. Drew Tyson will tie the ball game up. And that ball's going to be upstairs. And you can hear the crowd. It is a big time crowd here tonight. And Tyson will foul that one back to the vehicle, and it falls short. Tell you what, I don't know whoever measured the parking lot from the backstop, but they did a fantastic job because it always bounces about 3 foot before it makes it to the cars. And that's going to be a lazy attempt to pick Caden Grimmett off here at first. And Drew Tyson blows that one up the aggravator shaft. And that's going to be retired. And just like that, the Panthers are going to have 1 hit. No errors, leave 2 stranded. Here in the bottom of the 5th as we go to 6. And the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers clinging onto that 1-run lead here for the solo home run from Robert or Robert, depending on where you're at in the state. But that'll think of sponsors: BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, the BK Trio of businesses. I'd like to be a headline sponsor here for all sports at Buckeye. Go see Scott, BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions. As remember, they're opening another location, second location for the sign needs here in Central Louisiana. Get with Scott. Going to be opening this second sign location here in Pineville. Also like to thank Holloway Outdoors and Marine. That's Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Anything you need outdoor-wise, hunting or fishing. Got the best looking boats in Cenlaw. That's Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Like to thank them for being a headline sponsor for baseball, softball, and girls basketball here at Buckeye. Also like to thank Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. That's Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. He's always just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Anything you need, see Robbie. He can find it with one of the many Tarver Companies. I'd like to thank him for being a headline sponsor here for Buckeye High School baseball and softball. So here we are digging in to the top of the 2nd. It's going to be an early strike thrown by Drew Tyson to the catcher, Thomas LeCount. And LeCount's going to barrel it up, get it over to the third baseman, and that's going to be a single, a loud single here for LeCount. So the first Terrier will be aboard here in the top of the 6th. As the catcher gets the courtesy run. That'll be checking in for the Terriers on the courtesy run, number 11. That'll be Andrew Sogny. Or Songi. So quickly, the Terriers get the first run aboard. And quickly going back to playing small ball as the attempt bunt's not going to be laid down, and that'll be one strike. On Corey Burgess. And that's quickly going to be strike 2 called. So Corey Burgess, the DH, will go down 0-2 in the count here in the top of the 6th. And the second baseman is going to get pulled this way to first base by Hayden Boone there. Going to be the only play he can make first base, so it'll be 1 out, runner aboard. At second base for the Terriers, 1 out. As Borges pushes Sagny to second base, so you got a runner in scoring position, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. With Leday up to bat, looks like it's strike 1. So Leday's going to look at the curveball for strike 2. It'd be no balls, 2 strikes on Leday. And that ball's going to be obviously outside as the crowd wants to know where it's at. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that ball's going to be lifted into center field. Cameron Burns quickly on it. Quickly throws to second base. Sagny will be back in plenty of time. And that'll be 2 down here in the top of the 6th with the Terrier scoring position. And that'll bring number 18, Seth Abear, on deck. That'll put Henry Laspier at the plate for the Terriers. And that's going to be a called strike. Tempo play at second. Sagny's back in time. So Terriers leading on the 1-0 lead here in the top of the 6th. Threatening with a runner in scoring position as that one's downstairs. Not exactly sure where it's supposed to throw it at. And that ball's going to be upstairs. Be 2 balls and a strike to Laspier. Lapier is what I'm going to say. And that ball's going to be flying into center field. Cameron Burns camped out under it. And Drew Tyson will retire the side in the top of the 6th. As the Terriers still hold on to that 1-0 lead from the big-time hit from Robert or Robert, depending on where you're at in the state, for the Terriers. And coming up due for the Panthers is going to be first up into the box. Is going to be the big-time Adam Broadnax. Then it'll be followed by Craig, and then by the sophomore Cameron Burns. So Guidry still on the hill for the Terriers going into the bottom of the 6th. Darren's not here. I'm in the booth by myself, so I have no clue how many pitches he's thrown. He could have threw 300 by now, and I have no clue. However, I can assure you he has not threw that many. But Panthers 6 outs away from at least needing 1 run. And who better than Adam Broadnax to step in the box to try to tie this ball game up. And the big time of digging into the box. And the first one's going to be downstairs, and he'll look at it as the ball 1. And that ball's going to be inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Broadnax. And that'll be a called strike. 2 balls and a strike. And that's going to even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Broadnax. He looks at strike 2. And looks like we're guessing pitches because that one was right down the middle. So that'll be 1 out. That'll bring Craig into the box, the freshman left-hander, DH. That'll put Cameron Burns on deck. And that ball's going to be outside downstairs to Craig. And that'll be 1-1. Even the count up. And that's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And just like that, that's 2 down. And that'll put the sophomore Cameron Burns in the box for the Panthers here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs. And that ball will be upstairs. Even a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's going to be a chop. Cameron Burns can fly. Good flip by the shortstop back to the third baseman. Cameron Burns will be aboard. Scorekeeper probably scored that as an error. I'm going to call it. He on the shortstop, he couldn't get the glove on it. Got the glove on it, just couldn't handle it. He was playing deep. Did make a fantastic flip to the third baseman, but Cameron Burns can fly. No chance of getting him. So it'll be 1 aboard here for the Panthers in the bottom of the 6th. As that ball's upstairs to Justin Hunt, the sophomore. And that one will be in as ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Hunt. Burns is gone. That's going to be a hit and run. Burns can fly. And I'm sure they're going to maybe call obstruction on the shortstop. But the shortstop plays it smart, gets in the way, but Cameron Burns can fly. Cameron Burns will go from first to third. And that'll bring the junior Ty Curtis up. Got the flyby earlier from the guard. So the junior Ty Curtis is going to be stepping in the box for the Panthers with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Panthers got runners second and third. As the crowd is clapping on their feet. Base hit. Justin Hunt at second base. Base hit out of the infield. Possibly can score Hunt. For sure, it will tie the ball game here, which is what the Panthers are looking for in the bottom of the 6th here with 2 outs. And we're going to call Fitz back in to run for Hunt at second base. So Ty Curtis can be the hero of Buckeye here. 2 outs in the 6th. And there it is. That's going to score him. That's down the line. That's going to score 2. Ty Curtis is going for 2. He's not stopping. And that's going to be a stand-up double for the junior with the flyby from the Black Hawk earlier. He says, I'm here, and here I am. Look at me shine, because I'm standing on second base. And just like that, the Buckeye Panthers is going to take a 2-1 lead on a good 2-out hitting Ty Curtis for the stand-up double. And that's what makes the Panthers so dangerous here in the playoffs, is when they need to win a ball game, they do what they need. As here it is, they get the lead late in the game, bottom of the 6th. They're going to go up 2-1 over the Terriers. Good piece of hitting there. And look, stepping in the box is going to be Mason Sanders. That's down the line, but it's going to be foul. Mason Sanders has 2 hits on the night, and Ty Curtis can fly. A little bit of insurance here if we can get Curtis aboard. So just like that, good piece of hitting after the 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 6th. Good piece of hitting from Burns and Hunt. And then the big Ty Curtis comes in with a stand-up double. And that's going to be called a strike on the outside. So that'll go 0-2 to Mason Sanders. And Mason Sanders is going to be outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanders got 2 hits on the night for the Panthers. And that's going to be downstairs, even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanders probably one of the best 2-out, 2-strike hitting Panther that we have. Infield's playing in. And there it is. And it's going to be grounded out to the first baseman. Good play by the first baseman. But not before the Panthers can take a 2-1 lead. And they are 3 outs away from winning game 1 here in the quarterfinal matchup between them and the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. And not that you would be surprised, but Drew Tyson's going to go back out onto the hill for the Panthers as he can shut them down here in the top of the 7th. Shut them down here to take a game 1 from the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. What a clutch hit by Ty Curtis. As y'all said, when the Blackhawk come over, that was for Ty as they're making their evening runs. And he comes out and bangs a 2-run stand-up double. Good piece of hitting there by Ty Curtis. So here we are, 2-1. Panthers leading the Terriers. Top of the 7th. Panthers looking for 3 outs to end in this, taking game 1 from the Vanderbilt Terriers to punch their ticket to the semifinals down in Sulphur, Louisiana. A little bit of action in the bullpen for the Terriers as Leday is going to warm up in the bullpen for the Terriers. And here comes the crowd. So here we are, 2-1, top of the 7th. Panthers leading over the Terriers. And Drew Tyson going to work early ahead in the count. Into the box for the Terriers. Mason Sanders going to try to throw him out at first, and he gets there just in time. So a good piece of hitting there by Hebert to get the first Terrier aboard. Sanders come up, tried to throw him out at first base. So just like that, the Terriers are going to have their first runner of the top of the 7th on board here at first, with Bryce Thibodeau stepping in the box for the Panthers. Probably going to try to push him over as Broadnax is crashing in. And there comes the bunt. It's going to be upstairs. Going to look at ball 1. So you'll see a little bit of small ball trying to be played here. And that ball's going to be upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one's going to be called ball 3. Not exactly sure where the umpire wants that pitch. And that ball's going to be upstairs. Drew Tyson will give the free base path. So now the Terriers going to push it first and second. No outs here in the top of the 7th. It's the Panthers clinging on to a 2-1 run lead. And Coach Morgan's going to call a timeout and talk it over with the senior. And that's going to do the night for Drew Tyson. And that'll put on the hill. Looks like we're going to put on the hill the big time Adam Broadnax. Let's try to steal this game 1 here. As you got to do it to win the ball game, you got to try to keep him with this 1-run lead here. So the baseball minds are at work. Adam Broadnack will be the starter for game 2. Going to try to come in, cling on to this 2-1 lead, as they can get 3 outs without letting a Terrier score. This ball game will be over. However, Terriers do have 2 aboard, 1 at first, 1 at second. No outs. Drew Tyson to check out, pitched a great game. So here we go. Broadnack's going to toe the rubber for the Panthers. And that'll bring the top of the order up. Got a runner on second, runner on first. And here comes Robert, who had a homer as last time up. He'll probably be sitting on the fastball. Not exactly sure where that one's supposed to be because that was right down the middle and the umpire calls it outside. But hey, I can't see it from where I'm at. He can. He's got the bird's eye view. And they're going to have a pickoff here if we cannot commit the error. Back to second. And Hayden Boone going to chase him down, throw it, and he's going to be out. And just like that, he's picked off. So the runner on second will be picked off in the pickle. Hayden Boone was going to run him down. He turned on his wheels. Hebert turned on his wheels there in between second and third, had to make the third throw into the rundown and gets the out. So we're going to have a little bit of a downtime here. Broadnax gets the main run that you needed off the base path right now out with the pickoff. So it'll be 1 out. Hebert's still down. I think he may have took a cleat to the top part of his body. So there's a hush over the crowd. Be a fine time to thank our sponsors, BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, the BK Trio of businesses. I'd like to thank you for being a headline sponsor here for all sports at Buckeye. Remember, they're opening a new sign location there in Pineville. Be open in the summer. Get with Scott. He'll let you know for the sign demand here in Central Louisiana. They will be opening a new second location in Pineville Also like to thank Holloway Outdoors and Marine. That's Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Anything you need outdoor-wise, hunting or fishing. Got the best looking boats in Cenlaw. Go see them, Holloway Outdoors and Marine. I'd like to thank them for being a headline sponsor here for Buckeye Baseball. Also like to thank Tarver and the Tarver Companies, Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. They're just a hop, skip, jump away. Anything you need, Robbie Tarver and his many companies can find it. We'd like to thank him for being a headline sponsor here for Buckeye Baseball as well. Got a good quarter final matchup here between the number 5 Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers and your hometown Buckeye High School Panthers, ranked number 4 in select Division II. And it was a 1-0 game until the 6th inning by the long solo home run from the Terrier, Robert. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Panthers get 2 aboard after 2 strikeouts, get 2 aboard, and the big 2-run scoring stand-up double by the junior Ty Curtis gets the lead to go into the 7th inning, lead 2-1. Tyson was on the hill in the 7th, got into a little bit of trouble. There in the top of the 7th, they pull him, put in Broadnax for try to come in and get the save, and he picks the guy off at second base, and that's what the delay is now. Took a cleat somewhere around up into the head neck area, and he's up, and he's going to be walking it off. So it'll be 1 out, 1 aboard here in the bottom of the 7th. Buckeye still leading 2-1 over the Terriers. Be a runner standing on first base. Be 1 out, and Adam Broadnax, tomorrow's Game 2 starter, is on the hill to try to get the save here for the Panthers to take Game 1 from the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. So still, now we're going to have a meeting of the minds at the center of the field. And I'm not sure some of it, as you see Broadnax still keeping the warm loose as he come into relief for Tyson here in the top half of the 7th. And it looks like we're finally underway. So those catching back up, it'll be 1 ball, no strikes on Guidry, James Guidry, the second hitter here for the Vanderbilt Terriers in the lineup. So runner standing aboard first base, 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, as the Panthers clinging on to a 2-1 run lead, needing 2 outs to take Game 1 from the Terriers. And he's gone. He'll be safe at second base. So it's a straight up steal, couldn't get him. So Vanderbilt Catholic knocking on the door again with a runner at second base in scoring position. And that ball's going to be downstairs, 3-0. With first base being open, the walk is not the worst thing in the world, as you don't want to see base runners However, we'll get a force alive, try to get a double play to get out of the inning. And that one's going to be swung behind. That'll be 3 balls and a strike. As everyone in the crowd is on their feet, standing up. And that ball's going to be downstairs, and that'll be a free base path. Like I said, that does get you your force. Here comes Guidry. Check that. Yeah, here comes Guidry into the box for the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. Going to be 1 out, runner at first and second for the Terriers. And that's going to be a pass ball. That'll go to the net. So you got runners at second and third. Runners on second and third. 1 ball, 1 out. And they'll put the runner aboard. Guidry will get the free base path to get a force. And the middle infielders will stay back. Try to turn the double play in the middle. Guidry gets the free base path. So it'll be bases loaded, 1 out here. 2-1 Panthers leading over the Terriers in the top of the 7th here in this quarterfinal matchup. And that's going to be strike 1 to Spencer Gilbo, who's in the box now for the Panthers. And that's going to be strike 2. So quickly, Broadnacks will work on this one, 0-2. And I look for the crowd to erupt if they do get this strike. And here we go, the Terriers are going to call a strike, or a timeout. Try to do a little bit of icing of the pitcher, as that's quick. 2 strikes. One being an injury timeout, so he'll get 1 more offensively. As we're working here, Broadnacks quickly back onto the rubber. And they may be trying. And he's going to call foul ball. He's going to call foul ball. Said it hit him. Swung at the ball. I'm pretty sure that ball went up, so that's going to be interesting to see what they call it. The umpire said it hit him, but he was swinging, so I'm not sure how. If you're swinging and it hits you at the hands, that's a foul ball. Going to be at first base, so that'll put an even score, 2-2. Did what they wanted with the timeout. Infield going to come in, try to get the out at the home plate. Keep it a tie ball game. Do not understand where the umpire wants it. As that ball's going to be downstairs. And he calls that one a strike. Even to count on 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's going to be downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And just like that, that'll make it 3-2. So the Terriers get the lead, 3-2. Still one out here, bases loaded still. And that's going to put Corey Bergert into the box for the Terriers. And that'll be 3-0. And I look for him to change it after this one, not to get their arm in jeopardy for tomorrow. That'll go 3-1. And that'll be 2 outs. Well hit ball to the third baseman. Caden Grimmett made a good play, stopping the ball from getting through. The umpire does not call a strike again. I do not understand where he wants the ball as the crowd erupts. And that'll even count at 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one is going to be called for the strike. And that's going to be 3 out, but not before the Terriers can take a 1-run lead in a crazy chain of events here, as the Panthers had the lead going into the top of the 7th, lose it 3-2. And here we go, going to play 3 outs, and this ball game will be in the books unless the Panthers can push one across here in the bottom of the 7th. So into the box, up first for the Panthers will be the senior, Hayden Boone. So Panthers 3 outs away from losing game 1 now. Quickly, that's how baseball changes. They were 3 outs away from winning just 26 minutes ago. Now it looks like they're going to have to answer the call just like the Terriers did in the top half of the 7th. Going to have to push at least one across to play extra baseball. Will be a pitch and change for the Terriers as well. That'll be Laspier coming in to throw for the Terriers. No, check that. It'll be Gary Brignac. Brignac coming in to throw for the Terriers, the right-handed. And to lead it off will be Hayden Boone coming in at the bottom of the 7th. Panthers needing to push one across to stay alive, 2 to win here in this first game 1 of the 3-game series of the quarterfinal matchup between Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers and the Buckeye Panthers. Quickly, Brignac is going to look. Fill it up for strike 1. I'm not exactly sure. Has been 2 straight fastballs. And that one's going to be towed. That's going to be trouble. Boone can run. And that's going to be on base with the error from the shortstop. Just get it in play. That's what we got to do, is get it in play. Make them make a play. And just like that, the Panthers will have their first runner aboard here in the bottom of the 7th. Got in total opposite fashion as the Terriers did in the top half of the inning. But when you're down a run, you'll take it how you get it. So Boone is going to be aboard here with the junior left-handed hitting Caden Grimmett coming to the box. And we're going to make a defensive change. We're pulling a right fielder. We're going to have a 3-man swap here. Right fielder's going to move to center. Center fielder's coming out, going to move to shortstop. Shortstop went in the dugout, and the speedy Andrew Sockney, who was pinch running in the first, or courtesy running in the game, is going to play the right field. So 3-man swap here as the center fielder will come to shortstop. So 3-man switch. After that being said, Hayden Boone standing on first base looking to get the run aboard for the Panthers, tied up here at 3. With the junior left-handed hitting Caden Grimmett, the leadoff, standing in the box for the Panthers. And that ball's going to be outside for ball 1. It's been an exciting baseball over the last 2.5 innings. And the attempt to pick him off at first base, he's going to be back plenty of time. So Grimmett in the box for the Panthers. And that ball's going to be outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Boone's gone. And they're going to throw him out again. I do not understand why we're trying to run, as he's been thrown out twice. Obviously, we missed the sign of the hit and run, or we just tried to straight up steal. But that's twice. The Boone's been retired out at second base. So I'm guessing we had the hit and run on possibly. And that ball's going to go 3-1. And that ball's outside. And just like that, we'll have another runner aboard, but now we have one out with the senior, Drew Tyson, stepping into the box for the Panthers. So Grimmett standing on first base now. One out, needing one run with the senior, Drew Tyson, in the box for the Panthers. Grimmett's back in plenty of time. Catcher made a good play digging it. That ball's outside, going to be 1 ball, no strikes to Tyson. And that ball's outside, 2 balls, no strikes. As again, they look good from where I'm sitting. Been a tight strike zone consistently, but it's tight. Drew Tyson going to barrel one up. I don't think that one's going to make it. And he drops it. And he drops it. And he drops it. So there'll be runners aboard, first and second. Wow. Lost it in the lights, and he's going to drop it. And like I said, you'll take them how you can. And here comes the senior, Adam Broadnax, into the box for the Panthers. As they put the shades on. So Adam Broadnax stepping into the box for the Panthers. One out here in the bottom of the 7th, needing one run. Caden Grimmett on shortstop. Drew Tyson on first. Caden Grimmett's going to try to get to third, and he's going to get to third. And he's standing at third base, 90 foot away on the pickoff attempt that goes into center field. And I'm telling you, it's been some exciting baseball here in the last 2.5 innings. It is insane what has taken place over the last 2.5 innings of baseball. But with that being said, one out, runners on the corners, and we're going to have a timeout from the Terriers as the crowd boos the timeout. So you got one out, runners at the corners. One out, runners at the corners. Caden Grimmett 90 foot away. Drew Tyson standing on first. Remember, we did get in the delayed steal throw out earlier in the game. So I'm interested to see exactly what's going to take place here. Got Broadnax in the box now. Got the freshman Craig on deck, and then you have Cameron Burns, who has a couple hits on the night for the Panthers, in the hole. One out. Runner 90 foot away from tying the ball game up. Broadnack's going to foul that one back to the net. And that'll be no balls, one strike on the senior, Adam Broadnax. And we're going to have the fake attempt throw first. Nobody. No throw made. Like to try to push the runner over with one out. And Broadnack's going to foul that one back to the net. So it'll be 0-2 on Broadnack's. And the attempt to the first base. Back in time. Got to be careful. Trying to get them in motion so you will not make the double. Can't get caught on the steal. And that ball's going to be outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Broadnack. And that one's going to be chopped foul. Still bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he got him swinging. And here comes the freshman stepping in the box. Big Zach Craig stepping in the box. Gonna need a hit now as there's 2 outs with a runner 90 foot away from tying the ball game. With Cameron Burns on him, behind him on deck. And the freshman left-hander is going to dig into the box. And Craig swings. The bat goes behind him. As the palms are sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy, as Eminem says. And the intensity builds as the fake move to first to third. The place will erupt with a base hit to tie the ball game up. And that ball's going to be outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Panthers down to their final strike. And that ball's going to be fouled out. Tyson was on the walk to second. Going to have to come all the way back. And the freshman digs back in. And that ball's outside. It's a straight up steal. It's going to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Craig patient at the plate. Hits well with 2 strikes. Panthers are patient at the plate. Now base hit changed the ball game. Drew Tyson standing on second base. Drew Tyson standing on second base. Drew Tyson standing on second base now. Base hit out of the infield, possibly could win the ball game. As the freshman digs back in. And he flies it into left, and the left fielder gets under it. And that'll be the ball game. So that'll do it, game one here. Panthers going to drop it in a heartbreaker, 3-2. In game one, 3-2 here. That's going to sign us off for the night. Catch us game 2 tomorrow, 7 o'clock, same thing. I'd like to thank our sponsors.